Did you know there are 4 fatal attitudes that doom you to eternal poverty? Oh, darling, I know you don't want to end up like those reality show contestants who win $1 million, blow it all on knockoff designer bags, and are back in the suburbs before the season finale. Let's get real. You won't become a rich woman by thinking like a poor one. Want a practical example? Paris Hilton once lost an iPhone at sea and bought a new one on the spot, while some people are still diluting their 2-in-1 shampoo with water. This isn't about how much you have, but how you think about what you have. Yes, poor mentality is the real enemy here, and today, we're going to destroy it. If you think mentality is some abstract concept, let me break it down. It's the difference between buying Apple stocks or spending your money on a new iPhone you can't afford, between blowing your first paycheck in a month or investing it so your money works for you while you vacation in Switzerland. And no, we're not talking about sacrifices. We're talking strategies. So, subscribe now, turn on notifications, and hit that like button, because the secret to wealth is in the details and in my videos, of course. To kick off your transformation, I've pinned links in the first comment to products a rich woman would use. After all, glamour is the foundation of strategy. Now get ready, because these 4 attitudes not only keep you poor, but even make the universe give up on helping you. And spoiler alert, splitting the bill on the first date is one of them. 1. Dreams are for sleepers, goals are for those who get rich. Dreams. Living in a Beverly Hills mansion, driving a brand new Porsche Cayenne, sipping rosé champagne in Monaco while your high school classmates are stuck in traffic heading to their dead-end jobs. Sounds lovely, doesn't it? But do you know what's even better? Making it actually happen. Here's the tea, sweetheart. The difference between a dream and a goal is what separates those living in Beverly Hills from those daydreaming in the Walmart parking lot. Dreaming is easy, like buying a fake Louis Vuitton bag. It looks impressive until someone with taste takes a closer look. The problem is, many women spend hours daydreaming but keep living the same dull, unglamorous life. They talk about wanting an infinity pool, but can't even get their finances in order to pay rent on time. And then they blame the system. Spoiler alert, the system isn't going to change. You are. Now, I know what you're thinking. But Duchess, I need to relax. I work all day and deserve my downtime. Darling, Kim Kardashian has the same 24 hours as you. And while you're binge-watching reality shows, she's turning shapewear into a billion-dollar brand. The problem with a poor mindset is that it trades effort for instant gratification. The result? Stuck in the same cycle, hating life on Monday, blowing money at happy hour on Friday, and wondering why the credit card is maxed out by the end of the month. Rich people dream just as much as you, but here's the catch. They dream strategically. Dreaming isn't just about what you want. It's about how you're going to get it. Studies show that people who write down their goals are 42% more likely to achieve them. That notebook you're using to jot down cupcake recipes? It could be the missing tool to change your life. Want a practical example? When Oprah Winfrey decided she wanted to be rich, yes, no one's born with a talk show in hand, she didn't spend nights on the couch daydreaming. She worked, learned, and invested. She became an empire. Meanwhile, Oprah wannabes are still posting motivational quotes on Instagram without lifting a finger to change their lives. You might be thinking, but Duchess, working overtime is exhausting. Of course it is, sweetheart, but so is being broke. The difference? A rich woman chooses where to expend her energy. She works hard today so she can spend tomorrow, with glamour, because spending without class is not an option. So instead of blowing your evenings at the bar, use that time to learn about investments, start a business, or at least figure out how to open a Roth IRA. Do you want to be rich or just look busy? Posting your girl boss routine with a coffee in hand won't move the needle on your wealth. Turning dreams into goals is about discipline, strategy, and of course knowing how to invest in what matters. Chanel bag or a real estate fund? Both, darling. Both. Dreams are for those who sleep, and you can't afford to snooze. Goals are for those who want a closet full of Hermes and the freedom to never worry about bills again. Decide now. Are you going to keep dreaming, or are you going to start taking steps toward the world of the wealthy? Remember, resting is a luxury for those who can afford it. 2. Stopping your studies is the new stopping your growth. Darling, you've probably heard the phrase, ignorance is bliss. But do you know what it really is? A trap designed to keep you exactly where you are, far from luxury, wealth, and heaven forbid, a 6-figure bank account. Today, let's talk about a mindset that condemns many women to a life without glamour. Stopping your education after college. It's like carrying a guest bag and thinking you're on the same level as her mess. No, my love, not even close. For many women, a college diploma is the grand finale. They grab their degree, post a handful of Instagram photos with captions like, "The world is mine," and that's it. They never open another book, attend a seminar, or take a meaningful course again. It's as if college was a trendy dress, wearable only until the next season. But here's the hard truth. The real world moves faster than your TikTok feed, and if you stop learning, you'll be left behind. An example? Back in the early 2000s, being a PowerPoint whiz was cutting edge in the job market. Today, if you don't know at least the basics of automation, artificial intelligence, or blockchain, you're the professional equivalent of someone still sending SMS messages. Irrelevant. Sure, it's easier to spend your nights binge-watching shows or endlessly scrolling through your phone, envying the lives you wish you had. But while you're watching Emily in Paris, there's a real Emily in Paris, learning French, expanding her network, and paving the way for her next million-dollar deal. A poor mindset always chooses immediate comfort. I've studied enough, now I deserve to rest. That's precisely when mediocrity winks at you and invites you out for dinner. Meanwhile, a rich mindset understands that learning is an investment, not a sacrifice. Research shows that 87% of jobs in the US will require some form of upskilling by 2030. Translation? If you don't keep up, you'll be replaced by someone younger, smarter, or worse, by a machine that doesn't take vacation days. The competition is fierce, darling, and the market shows no mercy to those stuck in the past. Take Netflix, for example. It started as a DVD rental service, but adapted to market changes and reinvented itself as a streaming leader. Meanwhile, Blockbuster, the company that clung to the old way of doing things, is now just a memory. So, do you want to be the Blockbuster or the Netflix of your own life? The biggest mistake is believing that a diploma is enough to secure wealth. It's a starting point, not the finish line. Rich people are always learning, reading books on investing, taking short courses, or hiring mentors that cost as much as a Chanel bag. Speaking of which, what would you rather spend on, shoes or knowledge that lets you buy all the shoes you want? Spoiler, both. Because a rich woman doesn't choose, she does it all. The key is to shift your perspective. Learning isn't a burden, it's a privilege. Every time you gain new knowledge, you're positioning yourself as a woman who dominates the market and knows how to create wealth, with style, of course. It doesn't have to be a Harvard MBA, though that's undeniably chic. It could be an online course on financial management or finally reading that leadership book you bought but never opened. And here's the best part. When you learn, the world notices. Rich men notice. Opportunities notice. And darling, money loves smart women. So don't settle for the basics. Stopping your education is like carrying a fake bag. It might fool people from afar, but anyone who knows better can spot the difference instantly. The luxury of true wealth lies in continuing to learn, grow, and make yourself indispensable. And indispensable, darling, is exactly what you need to be to achieve everything you desire. 3. Tell me who you hang out with, and I'll tell you if you'll cry on a private jet or a bus. Darling, let's talk about the art of choosing your friendships. There are 2 types of people in this world. Those who love being the big fish in a small pond, and those who'd rather be a sardine swimming among millionaire sharks. The first group adores being the star of a friend circle that still splits Uber rides and thinks a restaurant with tablecloths is the peak of luxury. Meanwhile, people with a rich mindset, my personal favorites, know that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. So, if all of them are eating store-brand mac and cheese, guess what's on your plate too? Here's the issue. Surrounding yourself with people who have less or no less might feel comfortable, but it's exactly what keeps you stuck in mediocrity. Think about that friend who buys a used car, pays absurd interest rates, and still insists on flaunting it on social media. They never grow because they'd rather feel superior than learn from someone who's driving a brand new Tesla. What should they be doing? Talking to people who know how to invest, understand the financial market, or at the very least don't think cashback rewards equal wealth building. On the other hand, people with a rich mindset, like me and my fabulous circle of friends, live by one golden rule: be the least intelligent person in the room. That's right. Surround yourself with women who know more, do more, and have more than you. Yes, it might bruise your ego, but it'll also fatten your bank account. When you hang out with people who bring solutions instead of excuses, you start learning strategies that turn dreams into reality. If your friend group is still obsessing over Starbucks promotions, it might be time to find one that's debating this month's top investments. Success is contagious, and there's nothing more elegant than catching it. So, darling, ask yourself, are your friends elevating you or holding you back? Because whether you cry on a private jet or on a bus often depends on who's sitting next to you. Choose wisely. 4. Saving is good, but earning more is essential. Darling, have you ever heard the phrase time is money? Well, some people behave as though their time is worth mere pennies, rushing from store to store to save a few dollars while spending the equivalent of a movie ticket on gas. This is classic poor mentality, believing the secret to wealth lies in cutting expenses when, in truth, the real glamour comes from learning how to earn more. Picture a sunny afternoon in Los Angeles, perfect for a barbecue. While you, in all your sophistication, shop at a premium market, socialize, and snap a chic Instagram photo, your friend with a poor mentality spends hours driving around to save $5. The result? She arrives stressed, late, and with less gas in the tank, all for the sake of a few measly cents. It's like wasting an entire day arguing with your phone provider to lower your bill by $2 when you could have used that time to learn about investing. Do you know what people with a rich mentality do? They value their time as their most precious asset because they understand it can be turned into money. Here's the harsh truth. Those who spend their days counting pennies will never have time to count millions. Research shows that most wealthy people aren't obsessed with micro-savings. They focus on finding ways to increase their income. Jeff Bezos, for instance, didn't start Amazon to save money on books. He wanted to build a digital empire and become a billionaire. The same applies to you. Your energy should be directed towards strategies for growing your income, whether by investing, learning a new skill, or creating an additional revenue stream. And the cherry on top? When you earn more, those small savings become irrelevant. If you're splitting napkins with your friends at Starbucks today, imagine how much better it would feel to grow your income so you can treat the whole table, or buy the entire cafe if you like. Saving is smart up to a point, but true wealth requires vision, not stinginess. So, my dear, now that we've uncovered these 4 fatal attitudes keeping you stuck in the limbo of eternal poverty, the question is, what will you do about it? Will you keep splitting the check on the first date? Or will you start investing in the one person who truly matters, you? Because let's be honest, no one ever got rich by pinching pennies while wasting hours on financial dramas that could have been avoided. But listen, fixing these 4 attitudes is just the beginning. There are 20 other destructive financial habits that could be sabotaging your path to wealth, and I've broken them all down in my video. Eliminate these 20 financial habits and change your life forever in 2025 to become a rich woman. Here's the kicker. Some of these habits hide in the smallest daily decisions, like wolves in sheep's clothing. Curious? Go watch it now. It could be the reason you're still stuck while other women are strutting around with their genuine Hermes bags. Now, here's a challenge for you. Which of the attitudes we discussed today made you think, this is where I'm going wrong? Drop a comment with, never poor again, always rich to let me know. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, because only visionary women get into this club of luxury and knowledge. Oh, and in the pinned comment, I've left links to products a rich woman would choose without hesitation. After all, even in the smallest details, glamour must reign supreme.